Welcome back, Rat Attackers. Today's going to be a little bit different episode of Danganronpa. We're going to be doing a try not to come challenge this whole episode, and I want you guys to participate.
I liked my intro idea way better than that one. That one was terrible.
Okay, do yours.
Well, I was just going to say, I was going to be like happy. I was going to be like, ha, welcome back, everybody, to another fun episode. Because they just saw the corpse and then us rant about it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what mine was related to, too.
No, yours is about cum.
Yeah, that's why it was related.
Oh, is it her dead body then?
Yeah!
Oh, that makes sense. Put a picture of Mew's corpse on screen.
I'm sure if I press A right now, we'll see it.
Oh, okay.
But we also have a ton of theories we want to talk about.
And I
first.
figured the whole thing out.
Oh, Mew.
Live and let the languid world live.
Oh, did we just go to bed after that? You know what? I was thinking that because we go into the simulation at night, and then we like spend a whole day there.
Yeah. I wonder if time moved differently too.
Yeah,
I have a lot of theories where as soon as music's playing, so we don't have to edit it in, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
The sun daybreak. The sun had risen while we were inside the virtual world.
Oh darn.
Hey!
Yay!
Is this everyone that's left?
I guess so.
Yikes.
Anyway, let's talk about our theories.
Oh, okay, so
you go first.
Samugi did it, okay. I actually don't know for that one, but that was where I was thinking initially, because in the episode I edited, which was the last episode, Samugi and Shuichi have a dialogue about basically... God, I got it all... This is going to take a minute. I got it all figured out. Samugi and Shuichi...
Only you can explain it.
I'm going to. They have a dialogue about how... Since you can feel pain in this world, the body it thinks it's real when it's not. I think with that logic, Mew drowned. That's what I think happened. I think that big bumping sound could have been... Here's what I think, okay? This is originally why I thought Samugi, but I'm willing to say no.
Okay.
I think Samugi jumped in the water, went over there, crawled up on stream, ran over, somehow drowned Mew, jumped back in the water, and then went around. It makes sense. And you know what was that banging? Her slamming into the rock that we saw the sign hit. Because remember when Mew dropped the sign in there and it went around? It hit the rock. It got caught on the rock.
It was another wood sound, though.
It doesn't matter. Because even the last wood sound was like kind of... I don't know if that would have been wood exactly. But...
You're making Samugi sound like a special ops, like Rambo type. She swam across the river, grabbed Mew, chucked her in the river, slammed her against a rock.
It makes sense, though. I didn't say she slammed. See, you're not even listening.
No, I was just exaggerating yours. But
no.
I also thought Samugi was suspicious. I have some notes about that as well.
Okay, but I think that river thing is how they got to and fro. And maybe that theory's wrong because I thought of something else. Oh,
okay.
No, sorry, the thing beeped. I thought my rat broke. But, so when we were in the kitchen dining / area, we heard Kibo's voice.
Yeah.
That's because the chapel area and both interiors are loaded at the same time.
That makes sense.
But we heard that crashing sound inside the dining hall or kitchen. So I wonder... if something happened in there, that's going to be a big clue that Kibo, Himiko, and Maki, assuming none of them killed Maki, or not Maki, Mew, picked up on. Because we heard a bang, and Gonta, who was outside, did not hear a bang, I think. I'm pretty sure. So...
I think that makes sense.
The bang must have been an interior cell that... It happened in there, right? But I still think the idea about using the rocks to travel back and forth makes a lot of sense because you saw how when the sign fell, it went in that loop. So it stands to reason if the person jumped in, and it makes sense they wouldn't be wet either because the game probably doesn't have those capabilities, you know?
Right.
And it also makes sense for how Mew died, that if you drowned her in that, because your body would be like, oh my god, I'm drowning. And if you looked at the thing, and I studied it, she's got her like hands to her neck like, oh my god, I can't breathe. There's no sign of like a rope being pulled against it, no like marks on it that you do have when you get strangled, you know? It just looked empty, like she just spontaneously choked, which could only be done through either drowning or choking her. But I think if she was being choked, it wouldn't have worked because she was most aware of how the game worked. So even if it hurt and felt bad, she's probably like, well, I'm actually fine. So I think it would be drowning.
So I really want to read the Monokuma file and see what it says the cause of death was. Because
I don't think it's going to tell us. I think it's going to be part of it.
Because I almost wonder if that would be one of the big clues, because it doesn't tell you the things that would convict the culprit, you know?
Okay.
But I am curious. It seems a little convenient to have Shuichi's lab with all the poison and murder tactics in it and have poison not be involved. Maybe poison was involved. Maybe she got poison poured down her throat and she choked on some choking poison. I don't know. Something like that.
That's a good start.
I have some other theories too written down. Do you have more you want to say first?
Basically, I think the two people who rubbed me the wrong way the most were Tsumugi and Gonta. Because Gonta, remember, he was acting all sorts of weird.
You know, I have a theory about that.
Okay, so, well, we'll continue. But I really think drowning was part of it. I think those rocks and how they got stuck on it is the perfect way to go back and forth.
I think you could be onto something. I don't think Tsumugi Rambo'd her way across the river like that, but
because she would have had to leave. I mean, well, we were in there for a while.
I don't know if you would be able to get wet or not.
I don't think so.
But they didn't say anything about not being able to get wet in that world. They
didn't say anything about the sign that they picked up being wet either.
True.
So,
but the only things they said were different were objects were indestructible, and what was the other thing? People couldn't get hurt.
Right, their bodies cannot get hurt, but mentally, if they think they're dying, they could. Hence, Mew got drowned. According
to Tsumugi, that's her theory. Yeah, which would make sense.
Tell me your theories.
So before we went into the simulation, Kokichi and Monokuma had a meeting. Remember?
Okay.
And remember, Kokichi had the card key, which Monokuma said was the motive, and then he was like, oh, I couldn't find what it went to, I'm so sad, but we were totally thinking he did, right? Like, he totally knows what the card key goes to, right? Mm-hmm. And so either I'm thinking what he found using the card key was the secret to the outside world, and then Kokichi had Monokuma put it in the simulation. That's what their conversation was about, I bet.
Different theory.
So I'm guessing the secret to the outside world is the motive.
I think the motive has nothing to do with it. Because that has very much been the trend.
Well, I have one thing that's going to make you not think that.
Okay.
When Monokuma tells us what the secret to the outside world is, we're like, what is it? He's like, all I'll say is that if you get your hands on it, you will instantly learn what's happening in the outside world. He said instantly. I was like editing this episode and he said, you will instantly learn what is happening in the outside world.
Like the flashback, like, kind of.
Basically. So it could even be like a Mikan situation where they could like remember everything and turn evil or something, you know? I don't know if they do that bit again exactly, but it could very well be a motive depending what's going on in the outside world.
Okay, so you think anyone could have gotten their hands on that?
The secret to the outside world was the motive.
Okay, because the only thing that makes me think no is because every time we've had a motive introduced, it's kind of not done anything. Like, it's been kind of related, but not really. The Necronomicon was the motive. That didn't really do anything. It was all Kibo wanting to do his own thing. At the beginning, not dying before midnight was the motive, yet Kaede, when she killed, it wasn't to not die. It was to get rid of the mastermind.
Right.
What about Kurumi?
Oh, the videos. The motive videos. And that one affected her because she saw her motive video.
Yeah.
So I think the motive could very well be related in this one, especially since Kokichi found it first and then created his devious little plan using that.
My two biggest culprits are Tsumugi and Gonta, and I'm praying it's Gonta. We stand Gonta being guilty this time. It would be great character development. I think everyone would jump for joy and be excited. It would be the role reversal.
You just want Gonta gone.
It would be such good storytelling.
You just want him dead. But no, I agree. Gonta I could definitely see being it, but I even have a note on here like, Tsumugi sus?
Yeah, Tsumugi, you can't let her out of your sight.
The reason I thought she was suspicious... Okay, this is just stupid reasons, honestly.
Okay.
For one, think about it this way. how do I put this? So either Miyu was killed in the simulation or in the real world. Like, those are the two possibilities.
My
right?
money is in the simulation.
Okay, but the question is, if it was hypothetically they like strangled her in real life, right? Why Miyu when you're in a room with everybody here and you could strangle Shuichi? And I almost wonder if the same thing goes for the simulation. Like, why Miyu? What did Miyu do? And I just can't help but think the Tsumugi does not like Miyu at all, you know? The other reason.
I was editing it. Tsumugi's been rude to Miyu this entire time.
She's been very rude. But the other reason I have, her lab is discovered in this arc, and she even gets like a close-up picture of like her giving you the drink, you know? And they only ever really do those special events when they're hyping up the characters that are about to be involved, you know?
It is true that every time it's been a killer, hasn't their lab gotten revealed? So for Kurumi's, her lab got revealed that chapter. For Kyo. So for Kyo, his lab got revealed.
Yeah.
And now it's Kibo, Tsumugi, Shuichi, and I think that's it.
Yep. So that's another reason I think Tsumugi is suspicious, is it's her lab got revealed.
But, you know, that idea of... Because Gonta was acting weird. I'm not letting that go.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I don't like him, but I'm not letting that go.
You know why I think he was acting weird?
Why?
Well, honestly, I think Kokichi just went and found the secret to the outside world right away.
Okay, so here's a theory.
Mm-hmm.
If the secret of the outside world is kind of like a tells you everything in your memories thing,
right?
Kokichi could have gotten it, been like, who best to give this to? Gonta, and maybe manipulates him into killing Miyu.
Depending what's going on in the outside world, but I don't think Gonta would just kill someone like that. I think if he were to kill someone, he would very much have to be tricked into doing it, or like set up somehow.
I don't know.
And sort of like he would have to pull the trigger sort of thing, trying to save someone, you know?
Okay, I want to look at my notes app. My rat might go offline, but
what else do I have written down? Oh, here's a really big one I want you to think about.
Oh! Sorry, my rat's offline, but I need to see these to remember them. I put Tsumugi disguised as Maki, maybe. That one I'm not very sure of. But I do think the idea of Tsumugi being able to disguise here cannot go understated. Because Cospox is not a factor.
Where does she get the materials?
I don't know. I also have Mound drashed into Brox. I think that means
you smashed into rocks.
Maybe. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. And then I want you to put it in the video.
Okay.
Because it's just also there's this Italians at the bottom because I was figuring something out earlier.
Mm-hmm. The Italians did it. But here's an interesting thing I want you to think about also. I think someone's memory could be tampered with. Even our own memory could be tampered with. Because there's literally a plug in the back of your headset that says memory. And if Kokichi's like sitting here investigating the salon, he could unplug it and plug it back in whenever he wants, you know? He could just leave, unplug, plug back in.
Also, don't forget Kokichi like confessed his feelings to us last time.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, I mean, okay, when he was talking to us, he wasn't. But then he monologued to himself about stuff. That was definitely like a yes, I love you.
And he even said something about strangling the people he likes, which is like...
I even sent that screenshot to Gage, and it's like, we literally found Miyu strangled.
Yeah, so that's very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
But I do wonder, here's another point with that memory thing I just brought up.
Okay.
Maybe the killer won't even know they did it this time. Maybe Kokichi, like, unplugged, let's say it was Gonta, for example, maybe he unplugged his memory and had him, he like manipulated him in the simulation. Or maybe he like plugged the consciousness one into the memory port and the memory one into the consciousness port. And maybe he figured out somehow what that does and it made Gonta the culprit somehow. I don't know.
I could see, because Gonta was acting weird, so it makes sense if his memory thing was screwed with.
Right. Another point I have written down. So they're trying to find the secret to the outside world in the simulation. And the simulation is supposed to be safe now because Miyu got rid of all the weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now people, they don't take damage from, you know, like punches and stuff in the simulation, right?
They feel it, but they don't.
But what if they had a weapon? They probably would, right? Otherwise, there'd be no reason to get rid of the weapons. If someone had an object classified as a weapon, they could probably be hurt by it, right?
How would they get the weapons in, though?
That's the thing. I'm wondering if the secret to the outside world could be a weapon.
Okay.
That's kind of more of a stretch, but
honestly, I don't even know if we'll find the secret of the outside world during this whole trial.
I don't know. That kind of covered a lot of my stuff. Yeah, I agree with you that Gonta and Tsumugi are probably my biggest, I don't know.
I am dead set that Mew was killed in the simulation, and they used that water to either get around. Also, why did Tsumugi say she saw Mew out the window?
That would just paint kind of a target on her, right?
Well,
depends. Dude, we have never theorized so much before looking at a single clue.
But I like to, it's fun to try to figure it out.
I know. But this one, I like this trial a lot already because it leaves so many rooms for questions before you even started, you know?
Oh, I think I got it. If Mew was in the water drowning, Tsumugi looking out the dining room window could have seen Mew fly by, and then maybe someone was waiting on the other side to pick her body back up and put it where it was. Because Kibo and all them said Mew just stopped moving. But they didn't say she suddenly stopped moving, just that she stopped moving. So I wonder if maybe they were split up for a minute, and then all of a sudden Mew was just comatose there.
I guess now I'm kind of confused by the theory, because isn't she just standing still in the chapel?
Well, that's what I thought too. But the way they phrased it, when they said Mew stopped moving, it didn't say she suddenly stopped moving. It gave me the implication.
You know what that could be?
What?
Maybe someone unplugged her, consciousness one, and then maybe they, go back in the simulation, throw her in the water, and then replug it back in. There's so many avenues to do. Let's just start.
Yeah.
Let's just start.
We're good.
We have a lot of theories. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this
episode.
20
minutes?
Yes, it's been 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
That's why I want to start. A body has been discovered. Everyone, please report to the computer room.
Yeah?
Wait, you're already here.
Now then.
Wow, I get to bring you the body discovery announcement live. Woo, doing it live is great. Better than beer and screwing. Okay, Monokuma.
He's a southerner.
Was he ever this Oh no, look at her. She's just on the left.
Now she's hanging out.
Huh? Daddy, have you always had such a potty mouth? I was just about to say that. I don't remember him ever being so perverted in the last games.
Could be a detail.
Maybe this is Monodam dressed up.
Maybe it's someone different behind Monokuma than before.
Yeah?
It was always Junko beforehand.
Maybe this time it's Kokichi.
That's genuinely I don't really see how else it could be.
Hey,
I was holding back because we already had one vulgar cast member, but now it's my time to shine.
that's nice.
Thankfully, I'm adorable, so I can get away with saying all kinds of crude stuff. Yay! I finally get to be a foul-mouthed a-hole. Yeah! What a vulgar last word! What's wrong, Monotaro? You're just staring blankly at the body. It's his mom, dude. Staring at the body? Yeah?
Mommy!
No!
Poor Monotaro.
I know, right? At least his dad's still alive.
Yeah, what a great father. We barely heard the announcement as we stared at Mew, dumbfounded. We just stared at Mew's corpse.
Oh my god, this is all that's left, huh?
Yep. And someone else will be done after.
No, where's Kaito?
Oh yeah, what? Where is Kaido? He's not even in the chair.
Yeah, I was wondering, because he wasn't on the roof. I was going to ask that. That was one more thing I was going to bring up, is what is the deal with Kaito? Because he's another culprit if it's not Gonta or Tsumugi.
You know what?
Huh.
He might be dead.
That's...
his body might have quit on him. It might be completely unrelated to the trial. Because if he was he might have been feeling that through to his avatar. And
Where'd
then
he go?
quick exited.
Oh, he better not be dead. That would suck.
Maybe that's what the bang was. Maybe he was feeling terrible in his avatar, so he leaped off the roof to get downstairs quicker, and then logged out really quick. He might be dead in a bathroom or something.
Oh no.
But yeah,
we
he's-
even made that RatAttack theater where he's making fun of Mew being dead, but maybe he's dead too.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Oh, poor Maki. That's another thing. Maki's like really into him now. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
She was really mad when we didn't go up and check on him right away. When if you hear a noise come from outside, you're not gonna run to the roof, you know? Like,
No, Maki's definitely... At first I thought she liked us, but she definitely likes him.
yeah.
It's terrible. Why did it end up like that? Whatever, you killed him. I know you did.
Yeah, keep a close eye on everyone here, you know?
Why?
Mew? Why?
But what's going on? Why was Mew killed? Gonta not understand either. Mew like this when Gonta wake up. You killed her too.
Why?
Hey, what going on? Why did this happen? Well, it's obvious a murder happened.
Dude, what the heck? You orchestrated this. Don't you even lie to me.
Oh yeah. Murder?
Weird.
But what you mean? Did something happen while Gonta sleep? Like if his memory was unplugged, he might have just interpreted it as sleeping?
Could have. We weren't asleep, and that wasn't a dream. We were in the virtual world.
Hey.
Where's Kaito?
That's right. Kaido, almost as if on cue.
Oh, thank God. Please pop up.
We heard footsteps running fast down the hallway, the sound growing louder until
Ooh.
the door burst open.
Kaito? Please? Okay, thank
Hey,
you.
dude. Hey, what's all this about? What was that body discovery announce?
Okay, well, now he has some explaining to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, hey, why'd you leave the simulation, buddy? Just like before any of this even happened. That is suspicious. Why would he do that?
Because his body was breaking.
He wouldn't know.
I think you would.
I mean, unless it's something he has to go change his bandages twice a day or something like that, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
What? Mew, what the heck is going on here?
He's gonna be like the biggest culprit in this trial.
For sure. You're too late, okay? All the others finished gasping in terror already.
By the way,
But anyway, where were you this whole time, Kaido? What were you doing?
so
I was just taking a nap. Taking a nap?
That's so random. What?
You were sleeping? Gonta was sleeping too. I had strange dream. Gonta not understand anything.
As I said, that was the virtual world.
I don't think that's... I think Gonta was sleeping, you know? I think that whole memory part being unplugged makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, maybe if it's foggier for him than everyone else, that could be a big clue.
That he might have done it without, yeah. So you logged out by yourself and then took a nap without our permission?
That is shady. At least like come down and be like, hey Shuichi bro, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah. I suddenly got logged out. Before I realized it, now I was back here. Suddenly got logged out.
Someone would have to unplug him, right? Or like boot him out manually.
You were logged out involuntarily?
And then you were like, I'm just gonna go take a nap?
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it was okay to log back in, so I went to my room and slept. He could also be lying. Like, duh.
Yeah.
When that body discovery announcement woke me up, I rushed over here.
Found a buddy.
He's a real good, nice friend. Hey, Kaido, if you're gonna lie, then you might as well do it better.
Yeah, that is shady. Like, I don't think immediately off the top of my head that it was Kaido. But again, it would just make a lot of sense. I suspect Kaido every single time. Just because I think it could be him any one of these times, you know? So I guess it could be him. I mean, this is already painting a huge target on his back, though. And again, I don't think they're going to do two obvious ones in a row.
Never the first person, you know?
Right.
Except Kyo, but, you know.
That's a special case.
Do you think you can make the killing game more exciting with a crappy lie like that?
Hold on.
It's not a lie. I was really sleeping.
Hey,
Hold on a minute. We can discuss whether or not that's a lie later. What we need to do right now is begin the investigation. We need to discover who killed Mew.
This reaches a chat?
You seem ready. Well, of course you are.
Yeah, he was like geared up for this.
right?
One of your dear friends was killed, so it's finally for you, time for you to shine. Explain it however you'd like, Kokichi.
I like to imagine a reality where Kokichi just trips over his words all the time, and so he tries to sound really devious and like creepy, but he just sucks at it.
It's just my voice acting. Oh, but also, Kokichi being behind this would make a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, we've already seen him pulling so many strings.
Well, remember, he said he'd do whatever it takes to get close to the one he loves. Manipulating one of Shuichi's friends to kill another friend, i.e. Gonta maybe killing Mew, that would kind of track, I think.
Are we assuming the one he loves is us?
Well, yeah, because he even said, why don't you ditch Kaido and hang out with me instead?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So
here's one thing I want you to remember, because you might not remember unless I bring it back up.
Okay.
When we were in the chapel, Kokichi was like, come here real quick, Miyu, I gotta tell you something. And then they whisper to each other, and we couldn't hear him. And then right after, and pay very close attention to this, Miyu is like, okay, I'll assign everyone, where they're gonna be searching at. And the only parts she cared about was that Kaito was on the roof. And what was the other one?
Ethan, make sure you remember this, because I think you'll forget.
And that Kokichi was in the salon.
Did she say anything about Gonta or Samugi?
No, Kokichi took Gonta with him just because he's like, I'll take Gonta with me. And then Samugi's like, I'm going to go with you too, so you don't mess with Gonta, And then she was like, and everyone else, I don't care where you search. So the only parts that these two, whether they were like, I don't know what they were conspiring together on, but regardless, they wanted Kokichi in the salon, which is obviously just a big red flag.
Yep.
And Kaito on the roof. So just keep that in mind going forward.
That makes me think more and more Kokichi might have orchestrated this whole thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that seems more likely than not.
Right.
TBH.
But I'm just wondering how deep that goes, and if it really is a ploy to get closer to us.
I hope we find out about it, and then he's like super evil this last like 5th chapter or whatever. Or I guess there's 2 more chapters probably.
Yeah, but he'll probably die in the 5th one.
I feel like he would, but I don't know.
The fact is, if we don't find out who the culprit is, we'll all be executed.
No.
But I won't let that happen. I'll find the culprit so that we can all survive.
One thing I'm good at.
Even if the culprit is Kaido?
Don't screw around.
Huh? What?
Okay.
Now, please save your arguments for the class trial. In the meantime... Ta-da! The Monokuma file! With this, you can even investigate up Miyu's butthole.
I mean, we gotta look everywhere, guys.
I don't really need the Monokuma file to do that, though.
I mean, she's dead, so it's like...
No, don't say that!
Honestly, like that
That's
sounds...
2 necrophilia jokes this episode.
Do you think Mew would have been against it? That's all I'm saying.
And no comment.
Yeah.
Huh? Even there? Well then, do your best. I'm certain you guys will make this turn of events very entertaining, butthole. I got all tripped up right there.
Okay, I don't want to be gross, but he is drawing a lot of attention to butts.
What? We'll go there when we go there.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just continue. Daddy seems to be really enjoying that dirty word.
Mommy.
Mommy! Okay, everyone, let's do this. I'll find the culprit this time, no matter what.
Because you already know who did it.
Yeah?
Hey.
What are you being so cheery about?
But
Well, what are you sad about? You guys hated her. Not as much as you hate me, but still.
Stop it!
That's not the issue. Of course I thought she was loud and annoying, but...
I mean,
I never wanted her to die. I wanted us all to escape together.
Yes,
Mew was certainly brash and spirited, but she wasn't a bad person.
listen closely.
Believe me, I had her perform maintenance on my body, so I know very well. I want to cry, but I can't. I should have had Mew install a crying function.
Wouldn't your tears cause you to short circuit?
No.
Not at all. My body is completely waterproof.
Jeez.
Hold on. Water was a big part of that last level.
It was, but I don't know if it mattered in the simulation.
Maybe not, but still very interested in
I
that.
pretty much assumed he was anyway, because again, we threw him at the tank Ryoma died in.
Oh yeah, true. This isn't the time for that. Gonta, no can forgive this. Gonta, never forgive this.
Also, what kind of ultimate robot dies after having a little water dribble on him?
I mean, that would make sense. I wouldn't think my ultimate toaster would do a very good job in the rain, you know?
I guess, but if it's the ultimate toaster, I would. The ultimate toaster should be able to toast anywhere, the best toast.
I guess.
So
I really
the
care
ultimate
about...
robot should be able to ultimately robot the best anywhere.
Gonta or never forgive culprit either. Also interesting he says that.
Idiot.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much.
You're supposed to read into it too much.
Okay, well, interesting. He talks about never forgive culprit. Well, that might be you, buddy.
He says that every time, though.
Might be you every time, buddy. But Gonta never forgive self. See, that could be foreshadowing right there, too. Mm-hmm. If it is Gonta, never forgive culprit, never forgive self. Oh, sorry, I bumped you guys. Never forgive self, it tracks. Gonta swear to protect everyone, but Gonta failed to protect Mew.
If Gonta really was manipulated into killing someone, I'm going to be so confused as to how anyone likes his character.
Yeah, if he does end up killing this time, I'm gonna
be like, really, guys? This is the character you're defending every single time we make fun of him?
I do goof about how much I hate him, because I don't hate him. I'm not very fond of him, but I don't hate him. But if he does die this time without any huge freak out or development or anything, I'm genuinely gonna be here
what was the point of him?
Yeah, why? What was the point of all that?
Yeah.
Gonta no could protect anyone again. Gonta is failure as gentleman. True. I'm so tired of this awful feeling. I have to do something. I can't let this... Shuichi, don't carry the burden all by yourself. Huh?
Listen up.
You're my sidekick. Don't forget, you little masochist.
Yeah.
What?
We're gonna do it together. If we work together, we can solve this. No way, Jose.
That's Kaito?
What?
What?
Jose? Who's that?
That's not my name, bro.
Well, you know.
Shuichi's the most reliable person in a class trial, you know. Why would we let such an important person work together with a suspect like you?
Kind of agree with him in a way.
Bro, just kiss me on the lips already.
One of you, I don't even care which.
No,
maybe both?
I definitely prefer Kokichi to Kaido.
You don't like his little chin stubble?
No, I hate facial hair like that. I'm pretty not fond of facial hair 9 times out of 10, but that type of facial hair...
I'm gonna grow one now just to spite you.
Look, I don't mean to offend anybody at home if you rock that, but I hate it so much.
Maybe it's the only spot they can grow facial hair.
Then shave, you know? Then just shave it off.
Well, then you don't need it.
It's a suspect. You're saying that if I was the culprit, Shuichi would hide the truth to protect... Yes, we've done that before. We've hid the truth to protect him.
Yeah, but that was before the whole Kaede thing. I think Kokichi's more worried that Kaito would steer him away from the clues, you know?
Don't screw around.
Bull poopy. Don't underestimate Shuichi. Even if I was the culprit, he's the type of guy that'd see things through. But remember, Kaede's class trial.
Shut up.
He saw us through that, didn't he? I believe in Shuichi.
Okay.
Kaido. You love to believe, don't you, Kaido?
I mean, honestly, it's worked so far.
Yeah.
You really don't get it.
But that belief can turn against you, especially in this killing game, you know? I've got no idea what you're talking about. I don't get it at all. Fine, if you're gonna get all worked up over it, then me and Shuichi won't team up.
But
It's gonna be my sidekick this time.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry, it's just for now. But hearing him say all that, I can't stay quiet.
What if Kokichi's your buddy this time?
I was thinking that's where it's gonna go, and I hope so.
Believe in you.
That said, try to get through this on your own. Clear me suspicion with your own power. If you can be cleared.
No, I don't get a buddy this time.
I don't like this at all. It feels like another one of Kokichi's tricks. Of course, this is Kaido we're talking about. Nothing I say could change his mind. Regardless, there's only one thing I can do now. I can't be afraid. I can't get lost now. In order to protect everyone, I have to do something. I have to do something. Meow. Is that the same thing it says during free time? That meow.
I think so.
Okay. First, I should check the Monokuma file.
All right, cause of death is the biggest thing I want to look at.
The victim is the ultimate inventor, Miu Aruma.
The most useful one of us, honestly.
Kinda. She at least put her talent to use the most. Unless you're counting Kokichi, who's always putting his talent to use.
I just read her cause of death. Read that real quick.
Yeah.
No injuries can be found on the victim's body.
It was in the virtual world.
Yeah.
Or poison, like you said, but I'm thinking virtual world.
That would make the most sense, especially with the conversation they had about
Well,
the psychological thing, you know?
on implies external, which makes me think, yeah, there are no injuries on her body. Externally, there are none to observe. Hence, it would be, you know.
But poison could be a potential thing, you know? 'Cause
Right.
that'd be internal.
And if it was poison, they wouldn't tell you anyways.
So cause of death, we're thinking is poison or...
Drowning, I'm thinking.
That would make sense. I don't see what else would cause her to choke, because that's a very much choke expression.
Well, I look at a lot of the way she's like holding her neck, you know?
Yeah, I mean, unless you could shove something down her throat. But again, they were standing in the chapel with her and she just stopped moving.
Right.
Which I don't get how that works either then.
Yeah, because you'd see bruises if she was strangled.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Approximate time of death is 6:30 a.m. There are no external wounds on the body.
Okie dokie.
I would hate to be a killer and then like look at the Monokuma file and be like, oh, why'd you tell him that much, you idiot?
Oh, you're not supposed to reveal that.
No external wounds. Killed around 6:30 in the morning.
I think it'd be so obvious if I was the killer. Like, I would not be able to, like, look the same way. I feel like my whole demeanor and, like, posture and everything would change just immediately to be, like, looking at everyone like, I'm not suspicious. I promise.
I don't know. I don't know how you'd go about that. I really wonder what killing someone does to you psychologically. The time of death happened 30 minutes before now while we were still in the virtual world. Kokichi, what do you want? You don't have to be so wary of me. It's not like I'm gonna get in your way, Shuichi. It's just, I hate lies so much that I tend to suspect others a lot. Kaido said he wouldn't team up with you for this case, but I can't trust those words.
So that means...
That's why I'm keeping an eye out, just in case he tries to bother you. Keeping an eye out?
You're gonna butt in every time.
It's true.
Don't take it the wrong way, though. I'm not trying to replace Kaido as your partner, okay?
All right.
But I'll help you as much as I can, so where are you gonna investigate now?
He's totally gonna tail us.
Their voices are a little too similar to have to do one after another all the time,
Yeah.
but oh well. What is he up to? Why is he following me?
Small bottle? That's suspicious.
Oh, that's the poison.
More visors? Is that... Whose visor is that right there?
That's ours, I think.
Okay.
Also, yeah, that is just the poison.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what else it would be.
Sounds to me like it could be a cover-up.
This is very much...
Also, whose seat is that?
This one?
That's Kokichi's seat.
I think it's...
It was. He was in the most bottom one.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
This has got poison in it.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to address there, but it's probably just misdirection.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody.
I do that one again. I hated that.
Did you succeed in the Try Not to Come challenge? Leave your answer in the comments.
As soon as they revealed Mew's dead body, it got real difficult, I gotta say.
I mean, I was participating and I failed.
Ew.
Yeah, I need to go take a bath.
Nasty.
Leave a like on the video, everybody. Leave a comment. Next episode, we'll start investigating. Though I think we pretty much have the whole thing figured out. Yeah, it was just either Sumugi or Gonta. Probably not Kaito, but maybe.
He's too
probably not.
obvious.
Yeah, he'd be too obvious, and that'd be 2 trials in a row. If they do a too obvious one, so.
Yes.
Regardless, thank you. We will see you next time, and a peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.